Hey, now you guys, I want to introduce you to some of my favorite people on the planet. I am at Artisans Gallery. I am with Steve Yates and Diane Walsh, both artists in their own right. So tell me just like a brief history of the world about Artisans Gallery.
Brief history. Artisans started out almost 13 years ago as an online-only gallery.
Okay.
The city was kind enough to provide space for a website, which has since become defunct. The lovely lady that put it together hand-coded everything, and the files scatter. And it was it became, as the gallery grew, it became more difficult to keep up with it because we had a PayPal site.
Oh, okay. Right.
And as artists would send pieces in, particularly jewelers, we'd get a whole bag full of jewelry that had to have each
individual piece.
So it's and after Melissa Sullivan, the founder of the original gallery, turned it over to me, I was like, no, we're not going to do that anymore. So we've been going. We started out in the physical gallery as a cooperative, and people paid $60 a month to be in the gallery. We paid a slightly higher commission involving them working the desk.
Okay.
A lot of them didn't want to, which, as it turned out, was kind of a good thing, because I know, sweeping generalization here, artists are often not good with numbers. So we would have one artist one time charge a guy 12% tax, another time 4% tax.
I love it.
No tax. So we eventually wound up going with a regular consignment structure, because at that $60, our stable of artists would go like this.
Right.
Because if you've got a piece of art you're selling for $120, after 2 months, you're losing money.
Sure.
It just didn't make economic sense. And 13 years ago, the art culture, I don't think, it was still here, but it was a bit nascent.
Yeah, I feel like the entire art community here has really sort of come into its own in the last 10 years or so. So tell me about the artists that you have here. Who's here?
Oh, how long do we have?
Like, are they local?
Are they entirely local?
Okay.
We have 60 plus people in the gallery now,
Okay.
which was the advantage of going to consignment rather than the other way. The other way, because now we can have a greater variety of art. People can have stuff that's maybe not immediately appealing to a certain market.
Sure.
Eventually, we'll find that market.
What types of different art do you have in here?
We have everything from photography, landscape art. We don't have a ton of portrait art. Portrait art generally does not sell as well.
Yeah.
I always say it's because nobody owns them on if somebody else's kid.
No offense to your kid, sorry.
Watercolor, oil painting, mixed medias, pastel work.
Jewelry. Textiles, I see. Ceramics.
And almost fused glass. And I think that is a lot of what is helping the longevity of the gallery, is the variety, because if you've been to some galleries before, 3-4 different artists.
Yeah.
And if you don't like their style, not to say it's not good, but if that's not your thing, you're going to move on. Here, it's very rare that somebody doesn't find something.
I was just going to say, it is very rare that I come to Artisans and don't find something that I can't live without. Whether it's a local pottery piece, an oil, I love their landscapes. There are several artists here that we collect. So if you haven't been to Artisans, like I actually have 6 Diane Walshes. No. I have six Diane Walshes.
You have a problem.
It's an addiction.
I'm not even lying.
All right, thanks you guys.
So part of the Final Friday Artwalk is here at the Braithwaite Gallery at SUMA, and we have an exhibit of Leonard Anderson. And the cool thing about this exhibit is there are pieces here that are on loan from private collections, from different galleries, from universities. This was a really big undertaking, and it is absolutely stunning. If you haven't been to SUMA to see the Leonard Anderson exhibit, it will really blow your mind. There's some absolutely amazing pieces here. Okay, so check this out. So when Leonard Anderson did portraits, which he did a number of them, he liked to do the portrait all in one sitting. He didn't want to come back to it. He felt like it captured the essence of the person in one sitting. So look at this. Portrait of Eugene Carroll. portrait of Eugene Carroll. This one was done in 1961, this one was done in 1995. It's the same guy. So just as an example, this piece came from the Bank of New York Mellon. It was like a big lobby piece. So the curator here had to work really hard to get all of these pieces gathered together from all of these disparate areas in the country. This one here is from the Frayne Museum of Art at the University of Virginia. So you can see these just amazing pieces by the same artist, and the coordination it took to get all of these pieces from all of these places across the country here in our gallery in Summa is just amazing. It's incredible. If you have not been to the Leonard Anderson exhibit at Summa, get yourself down here and go, because this is an absolutely stunning collection of incredibly amazing pieces. Don't miss it. So thank you for joining me for this super fun tour of the Final Friday Art Walk. It's one of my favorite events during the summertime in Cedar City, so make sure you check out the food and the music and the art and all of the cool vendors. We'll see you soon.